Hello, Internet! It is I.C. Parks on the park bench. August 26th. This is the solo edition today. My co-host decided that they would be better off out in the middle of a lake rather than here with me today. And I can't blame them. So no K today, just me. I kind of felt I wanted to try it by myself one day. Still like fairly early on in doing this whole park bench thing. I mean, we've done it for a couple months now. This is episode 13? So that's 13 straight weeks of doing it. 14 if I include the test run, because I had one episode streamed where I tested it, didn't upload it to YouTube because I didn't record it. But yeah, I wanted to try this by myself just to see how it felt. Just talking to myself. No one else is here. That's not true. There's people here. So many people in the chat. And yeah, I had Dinnermancer one time come on, and that was great. I enjoyed the topics that he brought. It was interesting because they were things that I don't think Kay would have brought, but that Kay would have vibed heavy with. So it was great when Dinnermancer was here. But yeah, this time I was just like, you know what? Let me just try it alone. Just to see how it feels. And I had some extra time. So I did some extra stuff on the stream. Like you can see, the background is a little more filled out. There's bushes and a city and a mountain back there. I basically just made it the city I live in. It's basically just that. It's just based off of that. But yeah, this last week, let's see, I've got the standards on lock right now. I've been playing Peak here and there. I play Fortnite here and there, both mainly with my wife, or friends. I haven't really touched Uma Musume much, which is crazy. You should have had a free electric tram/train if it's still free. It's not free. It's like $2. I think it's $2. There's a plane that will fly by at some point up top. I think it's set to like every 20 minutes or something like that. It'll just slowly drive by and just say like, follow and subscribe or whatever. I do have a cherry blossom too. It's underneath my camera, but there is a cherry blossom. Hold on, ready? You saw it in the pre-show thing, like, woo, because we got the cherry blossoms here. But yeah, so a little different show, just being me. What do we got today? It's interesting because typically the way this show format works, the way that Kay and I fill it out throughout the week, is basically I bring 3 different topics and they bring 3 different topics. And it's typically along the lines of like one sort of like news item, gaming news item we want to talk about. one specific game we want to talk about. And then the third thing is kind of like a free for all. It could be another news article. It could be another game. It could be not game related at all. Like we talked about the Superman movie once. Um, and then every once in a while, not every once in a while, a lot of times there's stuff that like there's news that we like just both agree on. We're like, yeah, this is the news today, and we kind of fill it out together. Um, but today I just all six things are mine. Um, but there are some things that now, because I've done this on my own, that I wanted to save. 401k is here, so now I got a little bank of topics for discussions with Kay and I. So that'll be good for a couple of weeks. Yeah, let's see. So today, what are we talking about today? What are we talking about today? It's not working. Boop. Bam. Gotta go over the games coming out in September, just to review what's coming out. Silksong is a real video game that's really coming out and releasing. So I'll talk about that a little bit. Mostly, I want to talk about an article and an interview that was written about the development of Silksong and why it took 7 years. Because it's interesting. And then PAX West is this weekend. I'm going to it. We'll just take a look real quick at who's going there, guests, games, studios, whatnot. Deadlock, game by Valve. That's a big deal already. It's a game by Valve. It's still in its like closed beta, I guess it's called. But they had a major update recently. So we'll go over that real quick. Trailer time. We'll watch some trailers. And then, yeah, Lusa said it. Alpha Beta Gamer is the title. Alpha Beta Gamer is a website that I go to every once in a while. And it basically it compiles games that go into betas or have some sort of early test, like network test. I think it's a playoff of Alpha Beta Gamma, but it's Alpha Beta Gamer. But yeah, so that website, I use it just to see like new games that are getting like test weekends. And so I went through there and I picked some stuff so I can show off like some of the games that are coming up with some tests, some test runs, some betas, some demos that people can try. I'm an alpha gamma, you beta. It's true. That's how I feel. That's how I talk to people. I'm testing the early build. I'm an alpha gamer. You know what? That's probably a thing that people do and say. There probably are people out there that no, there are 100%. There are definitely people who are when someone's like, "Oh, I played the beta for this game." There are other people be like, "I played the alpha." Um and whatever. It's cool if you've played the alpha. It's weird if you uh brag about playing the alpha as like a way to say that you're more into it than other people or something. I don't know. Hey, there's that plane. Um, I played LOL. People are like that. Yeah, I get it. Um, League of Legends. All right, so let's jump into things. Topic number one: the games of September. Um, I get this list from um a website by a group of guys, a group of people. They call themselves Nextlander. They were game journalists forever. They worked at GameSpot a long time ago. They moved to Giant Bomb, and now they a couple of them have their own thing called Nextlander. And I get this list from them. It's their or a website that they make. Um, so I'm looking at the curated games for September. I'm assuming it's just like either things that they handpicked or reach a certain criteria of hype or interest or whatever. But what do we got coming out? Full release for Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Um, this is a Vampire Survivor like, except it is um in the Deep Rock Galactic world. It's cool. I played a demo for this forever ago. Um, and I liked it. It has a little bit more going on than Vampire Survivors, from what I remember anyway. Vampire Survivors, you're walking around, collecting power-ups and whatnot, and letting the power-ups do their thing. Same thing in Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, except you're also traveling around the map to mine certain types of materials for upgrades and this and that. So it's same idea. You're still just moving around and everything else happens automatically. But there's like, I don't know, there's a little more objective to it, I guess. It's good. It looks nice. I liked it. Slime Rancher 2 full release on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. It's been in early access forever. I haven't played too much of 2. I played 1. It's cute, it's light, it's fun. They're little first person like farming sim games. Except you're farming different cute slimes. Um and it's very colorful, pretty world. You farm these slimes, you can kind of see it in here, you get these pens. You are farming also like fruit and whatnot because you need to feed them for different things. They like different types of things to keep them happy. Uh, I think to make more, to make them bigger, whatever, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it's cute. It's fun. It's 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 fairly relaxing. There are like enemies in the game, like bad slime, and then also just like aggressive slime. So it's, you know, not too much combat, but there's a little bit. Let's see. Outlaws is coming to Switch 2. Um, so that's cool, I guess. Frostpunk getting its full release on PlayStation and Xbox. This is a game that I would play. Frostpunk. This is my type of game. Um, this sort of like RTS survival kind of thing, strategy survival. It's cool. It's very pretty. It's a very good looking game. Um, but that's out full release. Void Crew plus city building, correct? Plus there is also city building uh in that game. It's a cool game. It's I the first one's neat. I played it on, I think I played it on Steam. Might have been Xbox. I can't remember, but I played it a little bit. Void Crew, chaotic co-op, roguelike, 1 to 4, fit your spaceship. And crew throwing brave fierce enemies in space battles and try not to panic. What else we've got? We got an Agatha Christie game coming out. Adventure detective game. Lucid played on Epic, or Twitch gave it away for free. That's right. Maybe I played it on like from like Amazon, like Prime Gaming, that I got through like Twitch or something. That could be it too. Yeah, no, this is
What about that spooky game I liked?
Oh, I think that's coming out this month or next month too. I got the voices on. That's right. I forgot. Welcome to the welcome to the chat. That spooky game you liked. Hold on. I'll
Whoops,
I'll
hand over mouth emoji.
I'll find it now. It's all right. I'm here by myself today. Hold on. Let's see. So if I go here, the game that you were talking about is. Am I in September? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm in September. I'm not. That's why. Let's see. Yeah, this list here shows like everything. It's not like the curated list that they put together. Silksong's on there. How is Us? I think that's out in September. Bunch of Hell is Us stuff. NFL Retro Bowl 26. I don't know what that is. Wait, Tara, do you remember what it's called? Whoa, what's that? Box Guy Adventures? Hold on, I'll go back to that. Hold on. Um, oh man, Bubsy's out. Maybe this is the list I look through instead of the curated one. Seems like it might have more on here. I'm quickly looking for that game that she was talking about now, and I can't. Oh my god, it just keeps going. This list is massive. Um, I don't remember what it was, but it's gonna be at PAX, I think. All right, what game were you talking about, Lucid? Box Guy Adventures. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh yeah, I'll also, you know what? I'll share this in chat. That's the list, so people can like see what's coming out and stuff. This is what I use a lot of the times, just to quickly go through everything. I could have missed it. Again, there's Bubsy again. I don't know. But anyway, let's go back to the curated list. So, what else we got coming out this month? Hell is Us. We've got DLC for the Indiana Jones game. Um, oh, it's Box Guy. LOL. um, Hiragami is just like a cute papercraft looking game, origami style. Daemon X Machina out this month, also on the 5th. A lot of stuff coming out early in the month, it looks like. A mod of Kirby's Adventure that adds new levels and lets the player play as Box Guy the Box. Okay. That could be cool. That could be cool. What else we got? Chronos. Also out on the 5th. This is the next game that seems to be inspired by Dead Space, as you can kind of tell from that picture. It gives Dead Space vibes 100%. And it looks okay. It looks neat. I hope that this game is good. Because yeah, major Dead Space vibes. And this one. That's out the 5th. Baby Steps just got delayed, actually. It just got delayed because Silksong, which isn't in this curated list, but it's in the other one. Silksong is coming out on the 4th, right? Coming out on the 4th. And so games have delayed themselves not to be so close to Silksong. So Baby Steps, it says the 8th here. It's actually coming out on the 23rd now. This game is like QWOP. If anyone's ever like played QWOP, where like every like different keys control different parts of the body, And it shows the guy from like Bennett Foddy's getting over it because it's very similar to that sort of game where basically it makes it a challenge to just to walk. And that's the game. It's just walking. You're just trying to walk. Uh, but it's silly and stupid and difficult. And you can see now, like, walking up the side of a cliff and stuff like that. So it's a goofy game, kind of like, getting over it. Uh, that'll be for sure a game that you see people streaming and then speed running. Borderlands 4, I don't care about because I don't like the what's his name, Randy Pitchford. Dying Like the Beast, Silent Hill F comes out at the end of the month. That's cool because this game was like just announced. So it's cool that we didn't know about it. It's announced, and then it's only a month away. Love that for this game. Uh, Consume Me. You know, looks like a cute little indie puzzle game. I don't know much about that one. The big release though, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Out on the 25th. If you were here during the pre-show, you saw that I was watching someone play it already. Or at least a demo of it, not the full game. Um, but that's the big game of the month that I'm looking forward to. Um, there is a network test this weekend, which I'll get into more later. Um, but yeah, I don't see how I can't, like, there's nothing that could keep me away from this game. It's Sonic. It's a kart racing game, and it will have the Ninja Turtles in it also. And those are my guys. Look over here. You see Sonic. If you look at the top, it's hard to see. It's hard to see. Let's see if I can fix this. Ninja Turtles. Way up there. And then yeah, down below is Sonic. Well, is that the new angle that this camera just wants to be at? Why did I touch this? Why did I touch this to show you my Ninja Turtles? What? Am I 12? Casey Jones mask over there. That's framed fine. No, it's not. Come down lower to me. Whatever. Stop touching it. So yeah, I have to play that game. I have to. And I'm excited for the test this weekend. What else we got? At the very end of the month, the Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, the remake. That's cool. Um, another game. I hope it sells like crazy. Uh, it looks, they have a mode where they like have slightly higher resolution pixels, and some extra, added effects. But for the most part, it is very similar and accurate. You can see the difference in those two pictures here. These two. The classic look and then the like updated look where in all honesty, and I hope this isn't the case, but this look almost looks like they just took AI to smooth out the pixels. That's what this kind of looks like in my mind. Is that they just like it fed them the game engine and then used like an AI filter to just like smooth things out. Um which whatever. That's a different thing. But yeah, so there's that. Is this like one or two? I believe it's one. I believe it's the original. Not like the Game Boy Advance one. Yeah, I believe it's a remake of one. Hold on, let's check real quick. Let's go to the official site. Let's see if that says live an untold legend. Untold. It's not untold. You've told it. Mm-mm-mm. Two versions, enhanced and classic. The original 1997 version with the renowned War of the Lions translation for a unique way to experience this beloved title. So that's out on September 30th. Heck yeah, with the Dinnermancer emotes. So yeah, this is cool. I really like tactics. You know, it's tough to see if myself buying this day one, but I'm excited for it regardless. And then what else? Like this giant list here, something that wasn't on here yet was Silksong. There's also Bubsy, I guess, which is being released in some form. Um, what else do we got real quick to go through here? Daemon X Machina. I thought I saw something else on here that was interesting. There's Silksong. It's out the 4th. Talk about that a little bit. Let's go way down. Let's go way down. Let's see what else. Platypus Reclayed. Sure. Frostpunk 2 Icebreaker Edition. Why is the Super Mario Brothers movie video game? This is very silly to be listed on this website. I wonder where it pulls from. I finally found one. Yeah, it's very strange to see that on here. I imagine this auto populates from somewhere. Um, which is probably also why they then have the curated section. Oh, baby steps. Yeah, see on here it says the 23rd because it was delayed. Jam Boy, a jellicious hero. Go away. Let's see. Yeah. So that's the month. It's a overall pretty solid month. Clover Pit. That's a this is a bigger indie game that people are excited about. Um it is a what's it called? That thing. What is that? Why can't I think? My streamer brain right now is going crazy. Slot machine. It's a slot machine game. With some like roguelike gambling and whatnot. Yeah. Um, I imagine it is in some way slightly inspired by like Balatro. And that's probably how it came. Balatro and maybe like Inscription a little bit, just the way the art style, how it looks, you know, little inscription-y. Uh, but yeah, that's a popular one that people played a ton of the demo for during the Steam Next Fest. Windswept I talked about recently. It's a cute little platformer. And then yeah, I don't know what the release is next month. There's just no date for it. But yeah, that's these games. We can really quick look at events happening next month. We've got the Best Indie Game Fall Showcase. Oh, someone saw the success of Balatro and wants their own with slots. A lot of people saw the success of Balatro and have made Balatro with dice. Um, slots with Scrabble. There's a Balatro Scrabble, there's a Balatro dice game, and apparently they're good. Apparently they're solid. So the format works. The formula is good, I guess. But yeah, let's see. Events, Indie Games of Fall, the Monster Taming Direct, presented by Gym Leader Ed. The Definitive Showcase, the Brutal Indies Unleashed 2025, 6-1 Indie Showcase, Convergence Games Showcase, and the Southeast Asia RPG Maker Showcase 2025. They won't play you in dominoes anymore? Are you too good at dominoes? So yeah, that is too good at dominoes. Got too much money. So yeah, that's the games of September, and then next up, a game coming out in September is Silksong. So Silksong, we can see it. We can see it on the Steam page. It's real. It's real. It has a date, September 4th. No longer a meme of when it'll show up in a direct or an Xbox showcase or anything like that. It's out September 4th. One of the things I've seen is there is a rumored direct to be happening sometime around September 12th. And people are just like, well, now I don't have the joke of like guaranteeing Silksong will definitely be there this time, because now it's actually going to be released. It is the same developer, and so that's the main thing I want to talk about here with Silksong, Hollow Knight Silksong. The game was first announced years ago. Like it might be like 7 years ago or something like that. And it was initially just going to be DLC for Hollow Knight. That's all this was supposed to be when they first began. DLC. Just an add-on to an existing game. And then they continued working on it. And it kept getting bigger and bigger, and the scope of the game just kept growing. So they said, you know what? This is actually going to be a standalone game now. We've done so much, and we're going to keep doing more, and this will be a sequel now. And the team that's making it, Team Cherry, this is all they've ever made. And they're a very small team. They, I think, are two main like owners of like Team Cherry, right? There's like two main people, a programmer, and then they have different contractors that they work with. But Team Cherry themselves, very small, like 3 people. So there was an article that came out. Let me grab that real quick. By Jason Schreier. I messed up my OBS. Jason Schreier is a renowned games journalist. He used to work at Kotaku. I believe he's at Bloomberg now. He does very big, deep dig dive articles into game companies, cultures, and whatnot. And he has like a best-selling book about Blizzard, the company Blizzard, that he did. So he's a big name. This is his newest big article, Why Silksong Took 7 Years to Make. And Lucid in chat, you said, I appreciate that. Makes me want to get it more. I hit the wrong thing. So one thing that made me super excited and think about getting it more is in this article. I'll just read some of it. Ready? Why did it take so long? Often such protracted development cycles are caused by mismanagement and result in painful burnout among the staff. But speaking to me last week on a video call from their office in Adelaide, Australia, Team Cherry co-founders Ari Gibson and William Palin said that making Silksong has been nothing but a joyful process. We've been having fun. This whole thing is just a vehicle for our creativity anyway. It's nice to make fun things. The lengthy production wasn't the result of development challenges or obstacles. They just needed all these years to ensure that Silksong was exactly the game they wanted to make. It was never stuck or anything. It was always progressing. It's just the case that we're a small team and games take a lot of time. There wasn't any big controversial moment behind it. Started in 2017 when they announced or when they released Hollow Knight. An action platformer set in a vast world of cartoon bugs. Switch version released following after added the momentum. By the end of 2018, millions of fans were raving about its polished gameplay, distinct style, and impeccable vibes. As of today, the game has sold 15 million copies. Let's see. Lucid says developers putting in the work to make sure that the game plays right is how right and is how they want it. U5XX could learn from them. Yeah. So the big thing that came from this article, and then also an interview that I have that he did, the person who wrote this, Jason Schreier, he basically said they just had fun making the game, and they just had a really fun creative process that allowed them to keep expanding and to keep adding more enemies and more bosses and more power-ups. And they just had fun doing it. So they just kept doing more and more. And that's why it took 7 years, is because they just liked it. And that's amazing. Because he says at the start of this, he's like, usually when something's delayed and takes this long, it's because of all the troubles that the company had. But they didn't have any trouble. They just loved what they were doing and they just wanted to keep doing it. So that's amazing. That's what helps me be like, man, this is going to be a good game. And like, I should pick it up and play it. I played the original Silksong, or the original Hollow Knight. It's very good. Loved it. I'm excited for this game, but just like, yeah, hearing that it like for 7 years, they were just having a good time, is great. Something that he says in the interview is, when he talked to them, he asked, had they seen all the memes on the internet, and how leading into every Nintendo Direct, people are always speculating about it, and there's all this hype around Silksong being in the next Direct, being in the next Direct, being in the next Direct. And I guess the guys making it they're just not online, so they just didn't see much of how people were like reacting and anticipating this game. And how every Nintendo Direct has people like begging to see Silksong, and they were basically like, oh man, well, I'm sorry that now you have nothing to look forward to in the next Nintendo Direct because we announced the game. So that's amazing. I'll link a video of an interview because I thought that was really good. It's by Atrioc. Atrioc interviewed Jason Schreier. Atrioc, a larger Twitch streamer. Um, but yeah, they this article for the most part, it's just their process and how they made the game and how it took so long and them being just like simple, just having fun, small team. Um, not necessarily the struggles of a small team, but just how it takes a long time when you're that small. Um, let's see if there's anything else. They did say right down here. Uh, Gibson and Palin say they're happy that the game is finally coming out, and even happier that they will get to keep working on it, which they still find enjoyable even after 7 years. That they will get to keep working on it. DLC. They haven't burned out or shown any desire to take a break. Instead, they're already making big plans to add extra content to Silksong in the months and years to come. Launching it is obviously quite exciting, Pelin said. What comes after for us is equally as exciting. The most interesting thing now is what can we add to it next, Gibson said. We got a plan. Admittedly, some of the plans for that stuff are kind of ambitious as well, but hopefully we can achieve some of it. Stay tuned for 2032 to see how that turns out, is the joke in the last line. So yeah, they're already like, we know what we want to do with it now. We have more plans. So that's exciting. And then here is the interview. Just throw that in chat. Maybe I'll put it in the YouTube description too. It starts off with basically Atrioc's just reaction to the game announcement. And then he talks to Jason Schreier. They go through an interview talking about the article that was written, and then also some of the stuff that didn't make it into the article, basically. So I suggest it. It's good. It's interesting. It's fun. It's wow. It's it's nice to have like a good story come out of this and not like, oh, they actually hate each other and that's why it took so long, or there was some sort of argument in creative development. No, it's just a nice story, and it's out September 4th, and it's beautiful and it's great, and I recommend it. And that's all I got about Silksong. Uh, Next up, a place that Silksong will be playable. I could potentially be playing Silksong as early as Friday. And that's at PAX West. PAX West is August 29th to September 1st. Hey, I just got a link. I'm going to DM you because it might intrigue you. I'll take a look at it. I keep hitting the wrong like the wrong thing to full screen. But yeah, so the game comes out, or I mean, the event starts August 29th. Goes until September 1st. It's in Seattle, Washington. I'll be there for one day. On Friday, which I'm very excited about. And Silksong's going to be there, and what we're going to just take a look at what else is going to be there. You'll be there too. We're both going to be there. We're going to play some games. We can see who's appearing, the guests, you know, like Ben Starr from Claire Obscure Expedition 33 and Final Fantasy and Date Everything. And like a million other games. He's in everything right now. Let me check out what. What was I? Where did you DM me, Lucid? I assume Twitch. Man, there are some weird things on the Twitch front page right now. Oh, is it the Fanatical bundle? Let's see. The build your own arcade bundle. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. I'll have to take a look at that later. There's a couple games on there that I know of, at least just quickly browsing it. So yeah, let's see. Guests here. Quickly go through the guests that are going to be here. We've got Ben Starr, Concerned Ape, who is the guy who made Stardew Valley. Maximilian Dude will be there. MC Frontalot, Anna Prosser. It's just a host. Bit Brigade. Let's see. Another streamer, Dexter. Games Done Quick will be there. Jackbox Games will be there. Let's see. Yay. Bunch of cosplayers, a bunch of Twitch streamers, esports host. Rocco Body from Mega 64 and Sean Chatfield from Mega 64. TK Breezy. These are just some of the, I guess, personalities that will be there that you can meet. The expo hall has, take a quick look, a million people here. This is going to be tough to go through everything, but 2K Games will be there with Borderlands. There'll be an Alienware booth, Bandai Namco booth, which I think will have like the new Digimon game. There'll be a Capcom booth there, Datalic. And no Nintendo will be here because I got that here. Nintendo brings action, adventure, and more with the new Switch 2 games at PAX West. So Nintendo will be there with Kirby Air Riders, the new Pokemon game, and Hollow Knight Silksong. As long as Borderlands 4, but we don't care about that one. They'll have some stuff for Final Fantasy VII Remake, some stuff for Hades 2. This is someplace. This is a booth that I'll probably go to see Kirby Air Riders. I only have one day, so I plan to spend a lot of it like traveling around and just seeing like as many games as I can. If I sit in a line for a super long time for something, Kirby Air Riders might be the one. But also I'm going on Friday, and I think it might be a little slower on Friday. So that should be cool. That should be cool. But yeah, I'm going to go play potentially Silksong and Air Riders. Silksong was recently playable at Gamescom, where it was also announced. However, the demo that was playable at Gamescom is the same demo that was playable like 5 years ago at some events. So I imagine that's probably just what's going to be here. Maybe not, because it's going to be on Switch 2. I don't know. But I imagine it's just the same demo that everyone has seen for 5 years. But that's okay. Still Silksong. Um, these guys here, Popverse. This is their list of some of their most anticipated games that will be there, which include Silksong, Borderlands 4 that we don't care about, Digimon Story Time Stranger. That could be an interesting one to see. The Legend of Heroes, Trails Beyond the Horizon. Final Fantasy Tactics will be there. God Save Birmingham. What the heck is that, booty? Booty cheeks. Yeah, that's their most anticipated games. um, my my thing with PAX, I don't know if anyone else has ever been to a PAX that can relate, but I've been to a number of PAX, and a lot of the fun is like the smaller games. There's so many games that you can just walk up and play, or and sometimes they're multiplayer games. So you just like walk up, sit down, and you're just playing a party game with random people. Um, but yeah, it's a fun time. Just like walk around, see the small little indie things. Um, see what you can play. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll do like a loop, stop at things that I'm like really interested in, and then loop back around for other stuff, and just keep doing loops until like uh the day's over. um, but the other part of PAX also, which is the dangerous part of PAX, which I will not be participating in, is there's a very large tabletop board game section. Um, and I can't spend any money there. But I always love looking at it. Um, just all kinds of vendors selling board games, dice, playmats, tables, all kinds of stuff. It's fun to look at. I love window shopping at PAX. Um, but yeah, that's this weekend. I'll be there. I might record some stuff. Who knows? Maybe I'll throw it in Discord or like my Snapchat or something. You're not gonna buy me a game. You're not gonna buy me a game. Yeah. Um, blah blah blah. Um, but you can see, like, I've been scrolling. Nope, I've been scrolling this for a little bit. There's a lot of people that are gonna be here. Grimacing face emoji, Fraymakers, gamer subs. I am driving across the state for PAX. Because why not? I've done like 4 or 5 PAX events, but all PAX East. I went to the very first PAX East, um, and that was crazy because Red Dead Redemption was there. The first Red Dead Redemption was there, and I got in line and played it like 3 times because the line was so short. It's true. I'm not across the mountain range. I'm not way out east like in Spokane. uh, I have no mountain range to cross, thankfully. It's just a 3-hour drive straight north, I-5. Um, but yeah, the first PAX I ever went to, I played Red Dead Redemption like 3 times in a row because um it it was Sunday, which was the last day, and there was like an hour or two left of the show floor, and it had a mega line around it the whole day, circled around the whole booth that they had and everything. But I got in it with probably like, I don't know, an hour and a half to go on the show floor. And it didn't take too long to get through. Got through, played it, stepped out, and saw there was like 5 people in line. So I just got back in line and played it again. And that was awesome. Um, but that was also, again, that was the very first PAX East. Um, it wasn't as big as it is now. It was bigger than they anticipated, so much so that they had to change the venue. Um, but it this PAX West, this is like the original PAX. It's much bigger. This is like PAX Prime, if I had to describe it in any way. Um, this is like the PAX. But I'll be there. I will be there. Hopefully doing content. Next up, this is a game that I have not played nearly enough of. I think I've only played against bots. Um, but I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about playing it, especially after its recent update. Kelly gets jealous of how techy the Seattle area is compared to their Silicon Valley. Seattle's the Pacific Northwest is beautiful and awesome. I love everything about it. It is very techy. There's a lot of game studios out in like the Pacific Northwest. Um, yeah, Deadlock. Deadlock has updated. Um, I'll get that up quickly. Let me get everything else up. Boop, boop. As I talk about it. Um, this game is made by. I am a fanboy of the PNW. Um, this game is made by Valve, so that's a big deal. They don't make a lot of games. Um, it is a hero shooter MOBA. If you've ever been to the Ho Rainforest on the Olympic Peninsula, you should totally check it out. We had a friend who went out there. Actually, it was the same friend who visited us who went to the gorge. She told us about that rainforest. So what? Yeah, why did your voice said that crazy? When you said Ellen mentioned this, it seems so angry. Why did the AI do that? Oh, you can't. I can hear you. Okay. It was angry though. Yeah, now you'll be able to. Now everyone will hear you. I turned it on.
Yui can't.
Yo, you can now. Anyways, 6 new heroes coming to the streets of the Cursed Apple. Yeah, Deadlock is a hero
I'm
shooter
mad I haven't seen them.
MOBA.
Miss
Um,
Ellen.
yeah, we should invite her back. It's not like Valorant or Overwatch. It's like it's like if Valorant or Overwatch took place in third person and on the Dota 2 map. Because it's very MOBA. It has lanes, it has towers, it has creep waves. Um, it's like DNA is a MOBA. It's more similar to like Smite. Yes, similar to Smite with guns, but the way that this game controls and the camera angles is is more like a traditional 3D shooter than Smite is. Smite is very sticky. Like you stick to the ground in Smite. Um it's like Smite is almost more MOBA than this is. This takes it a little step more towards just like traditional 3D shooter, third person shooter. Um but highly mobile, which is one of like the things that people love about this game is just like how mobile your characters are on the ground, through the air, mantling. Um, and then the other thing that people love, which I love when I look at it, is just the aesthetic and the art style for this game. It's still evolving. They're still making the game. It's still getting updated. But this recent update um, improved upon graphics as well as a bunch of other things. It is called Deadlock. Yeah. I think actually, Lucid, I can invite you to play. I don't think you can actually join it without me inviting you because it's technically still a closed beta. A closed beta with a billion people in it. It's very easy to get into. You just need an invite. Um, but it's like closed still for whatever reason. But it's beautiful. Um, One of the new additions they did is this menu here. This is the main menu. This is the character Mina that they're walking around this menu for, but there's no like traditional menu. The game boots into this mansion and you walk around the mansion to start up matchmaking or go into your trainings or whatnot. Um they updated the oh, I can't make that one bigger. They updated the character select screen. It's very pretty. It looks much more polished and finished, which is like the big thing that this update did is it polished and finished a lot of the outer edges of the game. The gameplay is still the gameplay, and they make tweaks to it here and there, but the gameplay doesn't change. Hold on, I'm copying and pasting that right now, Lucid, so I can get to it. The gameplay doesn't change. Actually, I want a notepad. The game stays the same. It's just the polish around it has okay, notepad has been updated. I think the biggest thing that people will get out of this update is 6 new heroes, which is a lot. Like you can look at this character select screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 per layer. 28, 29, 30, 31. I think there's 32 characters in this game now. Actually, not now, but soon. Because the way they're doing it is there's a hero vote. These are the 6 heroes coming to the game. Let's see if I can remember their names. It's Billy. No. It's Mina, Billy, Paige, Doorman, Victor, and it's gonna say it down here, Drifter. And Mina was the first new character. She's a little vampire goth girl with bats, freaking bats. Um, After that, I believe that it's every 2 days. The community votes in game to who the next character released is, and then I believe they voted for Billy. Billy was the second character added to the game. 2 days later, they voted Doorman. Uh, and then I think it was yesterday or today they voted for Paige. So now I think it's tomorrow. Depending who they vote for, will either be Victor or Drifter, and then Friday will be the final character, and then all 6 will be out. And Doorman, so far, has been the one that's released that's gotten the most attention to the game outside of the update alone. The update happened, a bunch of people came back to it. They were very impressed with the improved graphics, the new characters, the way the game works. The game used to be 4 lanes. It's only 3. It's been 3 for a little while now, but people coming back are now finding that out. And like I said, they're still working on the map and the assets. It's closed beta, but Doorman released, and this is the character that has been getting the clips. This character has a lot of clips out there that people are like trying to farm because this is a Valve game and this character has an ability that's essentially a portal gun. He throws down a portal in one spot. It's a door, glows kind of blue. Throws down a portal in another spot. It's another door, glows kind of orange, and things can go in and out of the door. Their momentum stays. You can shoot through it. You can run through it. You can push people through it. Um, it's a portal gun, and people have found like really creative, funny ways to use this portal gun in a third-person shooter MOBA. Anyone can go through. Anyone, anything can go through these portals. Um, and yeah, he's been the character that like a lot of people who have come back to the game have kind of like clicked with just because they're having fun with him. He has another ability, his ultimate like sends people to a different realm. Like he like locks them in like this crazy hotel. And there's like a corridor that they have to run out of to get out of his ultimate. Um but yeah, so this game, it's not out yet. Major update, major polish, a lot of characters. Oh, I did it again with the OBS. But for a game that isn't released and isn't publicly accessible, there are almost 50,000 people playing it right now. Uh, the highest it got in the last 24 hours is 56,000. And you can kind of see on this graph in the last month, there's around 13,000, 14,000 people playing in this beta. And then this update came out and it started to spike. And new characters get released and it just keeps spiking. And it's not as big as it was when it first released. Um, released, you know. Um, like you can see here, it got up to 171,000 were playing in a invite only closed beta. Um, and it gradually fell off, fell off, fell off, fell off, fell off. Hovered around 15,000 as they were making like small tweaks to the game here and there. And then yeah, this recent update was the biggest one they'd done for polish, at least. And it's brought a lot of people back, and just more and more people every day are coming back. Um, here's reference to the game, how it looks, this video. It's a little slowed down in some aspects, so it looks a little weird, but the character design and this world is so interesting and cool to me. Um, it's like the characters, like we saw, like that was Lash. He looked like a some sort of carnival man. Um, there's the warden, who's like an old timey like police warden looking guy. There's a magician. Um, all kinds of, yeah, just very like, I don't even know the time period. I would say 1910, 1920. Um, and like the fact that it's a MOBA scares me, but just like the style and the aesthetic and the characters uh are drawing me in to want to try to play. Um yeah, it's just cool. I don't know. It's just a cool looking game. In my mind, it's a big deal because it's Valve. It's a big deal when Valve makes a game. And this is a game that they've been working on for a while. And now people have been playing it for a little while, and it just keeps getting better and better. Um, there are a lot of streamers that I've seen play this whose reactions have basically been along the lines of like, this game's going to be the biggest thing when they finish it. Um, if you like playing supports, I think you'd like Paige, from what I've seen, the new character Paige. Um, but yeah, like like I was saying, it's a game that has a lot of hype. Um, yeah, there are people who have played it, streamers who have played it, who come and bounce to and from it because they're streamers and they're just playing what's hot. But they've said like this game's amazing. It's gonna take over once they're done with it. Um, and it's already, like I said, it's 30 characters. Um, which like for a MOBA isn't, it doesn't sound crazy, right? Um, because you have like games that have been out forever, League of Legends, Dota, whatnot, that have like 80 plus, 100, whatever. They got a lot of characters and a lot of these MOBAs. But for a game that's like not even officially out yet, it's already at 30. So you have a wide variety of uh characters in the game. Um yeah, it's something that I plan to try again sometime. Um because the world's cool. And that's it. That's it. It's a cool world. Uh and I wanted to show this because I think the update has like made it more visually appealing to show to people. It wasn't like gross looking before, but you could tell it wasn't finished. And there are still parts of this game, parts of the map that you can tell like aren't finished. They don't look too bad, but you can look at some parts and be like, okay, this part looks a little more detailed, a little more finished. Um, so yeah. Oh, here, quickly. Let's see if I can show you. This is the doorman. There's a lot going on here. Um, I wanted to see if he used his teleport because you can see it down here. It's on his two, but he does. He has a teleport. This guy's moving his mouse a whole lot. Uh, but this is what I mean by like it's a straight up MOBA. Like this is a lane. There's a tower. There are creeps coming in. There's last hitting, like in like Dota. Oh, there's a door, and there's another door. I don't know what the point. And then yeah, he threw stuff through the door. Um, but yeah, it's a straight up MOBA, which is like the daunting part to me. One of the things I liked about Heroes of the Storm was it felt more accessible to me. Um, Pokemon Unite, a little more accessible, shorter games. Same with Heroes of the Storm, shorter game modes. Um, a lot of what this game has is more classic MOBA. The creeps are these little um, candle guys, and when you shoot them or when you kill one, a soul pops out, and then it floats in the air. And if the enemy shoots the soul, they get the benefit of it. So either nobody has to shoot the soul, or you have to shoot it yourself, and that's like the last hit mechanic from like League of Legends and Dota. Where like if you get the last hit kill, you get the money, and this you shoot the little soul that comes out. The little green soul uh is for you. Little red souls are denies. If you deny an enemy soul, it's the red souls. I think that was a pretty good little showcase there. We saw, you know, the portal. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted from that. So that's the doorman. That was doorman gameplay. Might play this later. Who knows? And then this whole show has been games, and it's the whole theme is games of the future, basically. Um, Now Silksong's out in a couple weeks. We looked at the calendar for all of September. PAX West is a show of unreleased games. Deadlock, technically, it's an unreleased game. You can play it, but it's unreleased. Next up, just some trailers. I don't know, just some game trailers that I wanted to show off a little bit. First one here is, I think we saw this on one of these shows potentially, but I couldn't remember. So I wanted to show it again anyway and talk about it a little bit. It's the new Lego Batman game. Because this game, it's an Arkham game. It just is also Lego. Like traditionally the Lego games are a specific type of like isometric beat 'em up, basically. But this plays like the Arkham City, Arkham Asylum. It plays like those games. It's just they're Legos now. And there's like some Lego mechanics, but like you'll see like open world, third person. It's the same kind of combat system. You're bouncing around between people. Uh,
Batman.
it's just Lego, and you'll notice through this trailer, it takes scenes from like every Batman movie,
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I'm allergic to nuts.
except Lego-fied.
Who's the
Um,
man behind the mask?
lot of hints at like the movies. Like I think there's a scene coming up. This scene, I think, straight up just from the Batman chasing the Penguin. Yeah, and then he comes through the fire. Yeah, yeah. Straight up, just from the movie. Which there were other scenes in here that are just straight up from the movie, and I don't think I've ever like been interested in
You think darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
born in it, molded by it,
Who put that there?
except on a Lego.
Could have really hurt myself.
That sounds like Matthew Berry. Is Matthew Berry Bane? That's crazy. What was I saying? Lego Batman, never interested in any of the games, but the fact that this is like just a straight up Arkham style gameplay is very interesting to me. Very interesting. What do we got next? Look at Wizardom. Boop. I didn't need to do that actually. I just do this. Wizardom, just a first person classic good old boomer shooter. But like a fantasy world, a little cutesy. Well, some things are a little cutesy. You'll see. There's like slimes and stuff. But it's colorful, fantasy boomer shooter. That just looks nice. I don't know. It looks like a solid quality one of these boomer shooters. It's been an interesting like indie darling genre. Like there have been some like really good games that have come out recently that have just been boomer shooters where it's just like modeled after like old Doom and Quake and whatnot. LOL at the Pentagram for sure. That's out this month or September. That's out in September also. Yeah, I don't know. They just look good. I know there's people, you know, Kay, my co-host specifically, uh, could be into that. So I showed it. The next two are two that I'm really interested in. This one is Halloween. Um, Ilphonic is making this, and that's the part to me that's very fun and interesting. Years ago, there was a Friday the 13th game that came out. Um, and then shortly after that, or around the same time, was Dead by Daylight. And a lot of people kind of flocked towards Dead by Daylight. Still do. But I liked the Friday the 13th game more. This is Halloween. Like, this is the Halloween. But I like the Friday the 13th game more. And since it's been released, it shut down because there were weird legal, like, rights issues where they just couldn't, they weren't allowed to run the game anymore or make new content for the game anymore, which really stinks because I like the Friday the 13th game. Since then, Ilphonic made the Predator Hunting Grounds game. They made a Killer Clowns from Outer Space game. And now they're making Halloween. And they have single player and multiplayer horror experience. They have this track record now of making these asymmetrical multiplayer games where I'm not going to start this one yet. Asymmetrical horror games, horror multiplayer games, you know, where it's survivors and killers. And their track record is solid. Like, the people who have played those games like those games. I think Friday the 13th was like fairly big. I don't know if the Predator Hunter Ground game was big, but it was higher quality. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I think it had less of a player base because of the IP, but people liked it. And now Halloween, bigger IP. Hopefully it gets back to like the excitement that like Friday the 13th had, at least for me. Because it's fun to be survivors, running around, panicking, trying to do stuff, and then just seeing this like slow lumbering entity that you know is just a person trying to come kill you. And that like the tension that builds. And you know, Friday the 13th, the way it worked is as the game progressed, depending how you did and what you did around the map as Jason, you would basically slowly get stronger, unlock new abilities, strengthen your abilities. So that way things would, as you know, the survivors got closer to escaping, you got stronger and it got harder for them to do. So that's cool. Ilphonic also, actually, another game that they worked on, they weren't the leads for, but was the game Evolve, which was by the studio Turtle Rock, who were the original people to make Left 4 Dead. They made Left 4 Dead 1, and then made Evolve, which was a 1v4 asymmetrical multiplayer experience versus game. And Ilphonic helped with that. So like those guys just have a giant pedigree of asymmetrical multiplayer games. Last game, last trailer. This is Wild Blue. Again, another game I've talked about. I think I've shown off before, but I wanted to bring it again. If you're looking for Star Fox, that's what these guys are trying to sell you. They're trying to sell you Star Fox. This trailer, I think it came out for Gamescom. It was the first gameplay release of this game. It's a nice, colorful, cell shaded style. Gameplay is very much uh, Star Fox, as you can see. I don't have any information though about like the scope of this game. Man, my throat. Sorry. But everything from like the dialogue to obviously like the gameplay itself, very Star Foxy. Um, I don't think, based on looking at this, the planes don't seem like iconic. But then again, I don't think a plane usually gets iconic until the game is actually iconic itself. um, so there are different paths you can take and stuff too. Yeah, it's the biggest and best attempt that I have seen that someone has made to try to replicate the experience of like Star Fox 64. Um, I'm hoping that they keep releasing more bits to see the different types of gameplay. Maybe there is, some stuff they're hiding. Um, or not. It could, like what we saw there could just be the game. Because again, we don't have a good idea of the scope yet. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the Steam page real quick just to see. Yeah, to be announced for release date. Um, Classic on rail shooter action with modernized controls, rich and colorful world, exciting bosses and dogfights, secret paths and missions on your quest to take down the evil Baron. Become an ace pilot, master every mission through a simple and challenge score system. I think that Kid Icarus tried and it just couldn't do on the rails right. I don't know if you'll get the free fly areas yet either. Yeah, I think Kid Icarus's big thing was just that it was the 3DS. It was just like the controls that it was confined to. Because people love that Kid Icarus game, Rising. People love that game. But a lot of people just couldn't do it because how you have to hold the 3DS. And then my last bit of information today that I'll hand off to you is my Alpha Beta Gamer segment. This is the segment where I will show you games that should have betas to sign up for now. Is that my guy at C Parks? It is. You can see it on the screen. It says it right there. C Parks. It's me. Hi, Kay. I hope the lake is nice. Kay in chat, not on stream. It's an imposter. All right, first up, first game with a beta sign up from the website Alpha Beta Gamer. Is this? I did it again. I'm just gonna keep full screening my OBS and messing up my overlay or my layout. Is this game? It is called Royalty Free for All. This is as they say, Smash Bros. Style combat, but with royalty-free characters. Like Dorothy Gale, Sweeney Todd, Lancelot, Mother Goose, on stages like Old MacDonald's Farm, The Center of the Earth, and The 100-Acre Wood. So this is, I don't know, this is wild to me. We'll go to the Steam page, right? Royalty free for all. I've already requested access. Haven't gained it yet. But whenever the playtest is I should get in it. But yeah, this looks interesting for sure. One thing that I wish these videos did better of was showing more gameplay pulled out. So you could see more of the stage, because a lot of it is very close. Like the style is, could use some work on some of the UI maybe, but public domain worlds collide. And the approachable hand-drawn party brawler featuring Lancelot, Nessie, Mother Goose, and more. The hand drawing thing is cool. It reminds me kind of like that Pokemon combat game, the close combat fighting game. But yeah, let's see if they say anything here about. Oh well, it is online with the rollback netcode. Thanks, Nintendo could never. Actually, I think they do with some of their games, just not Smash. 1v4 and 4-player quick play modes, private lobbies. Interested players can sign up to date as development continues by wishlisting on Steam and following it on socials. They do with Mario Kart. Yeah, see, I don't that rollback with Mario Kart, but couldn't do it in Smash. Developer is Quadruple A Games. Also published by them. That's all they've done. Just this. So yeah, that's the first game. You can go on Steam, royalty free for all, and request access to the playtest coming out. Next up, Dinnermancer. I'm so glad you're here. It's a game called Comics Zero. It is a Comics Zone inspired Comicsvania. It's a Comicsvania game, the first ever Comicsvania. A fusion of beat 'em up, Metroidvania, and roguelike elements set within living comic book pages. We'll check this Steam page out. There is a demo available right now. And then you can also join the playtest. What the difference is, I don't know. But you can download a demo. They do mention in this that it's hard, or it's supposed to be hard. Tribute to classic Sega Genesis classics. Comic Zone and Streets of Rage, inspired by Unbound Sega and Castlevania. They say somewhere, world's first Comicsvania. Fight, Die, Repeat. Zero to Hero. They mentioned somewhere they're like, don't. Oh yeah, just one thing. Don't expect it to be easy. You'll need grit and maybe a map to make it through. So yeah, this was just found this on that Alpha Beta Gamer website, and I was like, wow, this is interesting. And then I was like, Dinnermancer might be interested in this. Rat, just Rat. That's Psylocke. That's not Ava. I'm in playtest now. Easy peasy, just like that. So yeah, I don't know. And there's something going on with the narrator in this. It looked bloody. I just saw some blood spewing out of someone's eyes up there. There's something going on with the narrator. Don't you forget, the narrator of Comic Zero is intertwined with gameplay. Each time you die, Zero loses a piece of his memory, slowly forgetting parts of his life. As memories slip away, characters start responding to Zero differently, leading to unexpected twists and altering the game's ending. So I guess you probably get like the true ending if you don't die. Brutal world meets a savior, can't take anything seriously. A villain who pulled our hero into the world of Comic Zero is obsessed with Earth's mythology and pop culture. Keep an eye out for nods to everything from Greek gods to movie quotes and anime characters scattered throughout the game. Who knew gods had such sticky fingers? All right. So we're just, if that's your thing, references. You'll see them scattered in here, apparently. Morally great choices, real trauma, and then make a joke out of it. Proud of yourself. Yeah. All right. So it's very tongue in cheek, is how it sounds. Very tongue in cheek game. Comic Zero. Get in. Next up, we got Valor Mortis. This was shown at Gamescom, I think. First person Souls like. It also has a playtest that you can sign up for. You can request access to Valor Mortis. It's made right there. You can see it here. I want to watch Dinner play it. Me too. This is made from the creators of Ghost Runner. Ghost Runner is a cool game. Kay is a big fan of Ghost Runner. It's a high quality game. It's very good. So that's what makes this interesting, is just like the pedigree that they had with Ghost Runner. Very different type of game here, both first person, but they sure are. They said it in chat. But yeah, you can request access for the playtest to Valor Mortis now. It's very dark. It's very grim. I don't know if I've ever taken too close a look at any first-person Souls-like games. But I'm curious to how that changes things. In my mind, I feel like if you were to play a game like a Dark Souls in first person, it would be harder. Because you don't see that knowledge, or you don't have that knowledge of like seeing what's coming up from behind you or to the side of you. So it feels like maybe a little more immersive. But yeah, just this seems like something that could be super difficult. And it's a Souls-like, so it's kind of yucky. Also, as you could see, it's kind of dark, kind of yucky. It's like the French Revolution or something. I wasn't paying enough attention. Looks interesting, although I would play Kingsfield 4 before this, since I haven't done it on my channel yet. Yeah, that's fair. But playtest available. Go play Valor Mortis, whoever's interested. It has gunplay in it, as well as a dual-wielded gun and sword. I think it could be cool. If this wasn't made by the guys who did Ghost Runner, I would feel a little more iffy about it. It looks the way it looks. It still looks interesting. And yucky. But I think that yeah, the developers there, Ghost Runner, cool game. What else did they make? God's Trigger. Ghost Runner was their big one, and Ghost Runner 2. Next up, unfortunately, this one's already ended. But Garfield Kart 2 had a beta test that ended like 2 days ago. So it was over last weekend. I missed it. I'm a little upset that I couldn't get into the Garfield Kart 2 All You Can Drift beta. But as a consolation, Sonic Crossworlds. Lucid. I'm going back to MGS Delta when Parks is done, probably. I was ready for a break and was going to stream, so perfect timing. This is my last topic here, so almost Lucid. Yeah, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Open network test. It says sign up. You don't have to sign up. You just got to download it. Network test starting Friday, August 29th, until September 2nd. Plenty of days. It's on PlayStation 5. It's on Xbox Series X. It's on Steam and the Epic Games Store. And Joker will be playable in it. let's see, where they have a schedule somewhere right here. So it starts, UTC 8 is the time zone. Starts at noon on the 29th. World matches all throughout the 30th, and then halfway through the 31st, it changes to the Joker Festival for a day from noon on the 31st to noon on the 9th. Whatever Joker Festival is, that's happening. And then it'll change back to world matches. And then throughout the whole time, you'll be able to play offline, Grand Prix, and time trial. That part, people are already doing now on Steam, because Sega allowed people to pre-download the game before Friday. So people downloaded it and found out, oh, the files aren't encrypted. We can just go in here and do whatever and look at whatever. So there was potential spoilers for unreleased tracks or character announcements. But the other thing people were able to actually do is get in and make it so you could just play this game right now offline. I don't know if that means local play, which could be cool and interesting for anybody who has like somebody locally to play with. Like I don't know if there's split screen. If it is some sort of local play, that opens up the potential for playing multiplayer through Parsec. But if not, you can at least time trial, Grand Prix, and just get a feel for the game. It's cool if you don't have time to play it over the weekend. Or if you just want to get really good before the network test and just like hop in day 1, hour 1, and just kick kids' butts in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, you can get a head start in that. Which, gonna make some people feel good. I hate how so many games with multiplayer don't have split screen these days. They force you to have 2 copies and 2 systems. I agree. I wish I knew if this had split screen. I just don't off the top of my head. As a kart racing game, it feels like it should. But I don't think like Disney Speedstorm. I don't think Disney Speedstorm has split screen. It's just available for free on every device. So like if you have 2 phones, you can play together. But I don't know if this is split screen. It might say somewhere. However, they do state the goal of this is to improve online multiplayer functionality. So I wouldn't be surprised if the full game doesn't have multiplayer, online split screen multiplayer. I don't think this test would have any sort of split screen in it. Oh, participation bonus. The decals. These are good decals. Fast is the only option. I got my Sonic shorts on today. He's also right here. Fighting and party games are the only ones I can think of that always do local multiplayer. Yeah, actually, yeah, Multiverses had a weird local fighting thing going on, but it did have it. It's just like they did weird stuff with it, like, and how it like balanced with multiplayer, and like that game's not around for for reasons. But yeah, hopefully people sign up and play this. Um, I'm hoping to play some of this. I won't Friday when it starts because it'll be at PAX. But maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday. Opened it twice. So, yeah. And then that was it. That was it for me. Those were my segments. Uh, no K here. It's about, an hour shorter than normal, which I'm fine with. We've done a 2-hour show before, I think. Um, Kay should be back next week, I believe. Right, Kay, in chat? Should be back next week. You will be. Yay. I'm glad I was able to do this one solo. I wanted to see how this worked and how it felt, and just like how the timing of everything went without another person. So I'm glad to see, some exact data from this. Unless the world ends. I hope it doesn't end, because that means we don't get Silksong. If the world ends before you're back. Yeah. I thought it went all right too. Yeah. Uh oh, it also means true. If the world were to end before the next Tuesday, we won't get Bubsy 4D. Bubsy 4D is out next month, isn't it? Is Bubsy 4D out next month? I thought I saw it on that list. Bubsy 4D on Steam. No, it just says coming soon. Okay, there was a different Bubsy, the Bubsy collection. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. I keep seeing the developer for that game, Fabraz, the creator of Demon Turf and Demon Tide. I keep seeing him put out more and more gameplay of Bubsy 4D, and he has some casual gameplay. I guess I'll say just him playing it casually, and then also him doing like speed running through a level. And under the one where somebody under the one where he was speed running it, somebody commented and they called it uh movement slop or something like that. Like, oh, this is just, they're like, oh great, Bubsy 4 is just movement slop. It's like, oh man, we're putting slop on the ends of anything right now. We got movement slop in Bubsy 4. Um Movement slop, it's just, my interpretation of it was that it's a game that has a lot of, I'm not making things up, it's a game that has a lot of different mobility options on the ground and while you're in the air. And someone called it movement slop because it was like you could jump and then do this while in the air and then do that in the air and then do this in the air. I'm going to search. Also, isn't a lot of mobility options good? I think so. I think it makes it fun and creative to like get around the way you want. I'm going to look up movement slop. Yeah, oh, that's what it was. So here we go. First thing. Demon Tides 4D Bubsy. Because a lot of people were curious, here's me playing the same Bubsy level without trying to speedrun it. And somebody said, and it's movement slop. So I told you. Movement slop. And then, let's see, a lot of comments, 475 comments. I don't want to say that word. Reaction slop. Rage bait, explanation slop, opinion slop. Yeah. Pretty funny. Internet's a funny place. But yeah, Bubsy 4D movement slop incoming. Yeah. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna do the game duel before I end stream. So if you're watching this on YouTube, just know you can watch it live every Tuesday, noon Pacific time. We have a pre-show. We have the main show, which is recorded. It's what you're watching. And then I do a post-show on stream where we go through all of the game duels, all the game duels of the day. So I'm going to hit that now. And then Lucid, if you're streaming, I'll probably just raid you with whoever's still here, if anyone's still left. And then eat some food and whatnot. I had this drink the whole time that could have helped my throat, probably. Mela, sponsor me. Sponsor me. So good, so refreshing. So healthy. Anyway, yeah. I'll see you guys next week. Stick around for the Game to Post show. This has been the Park Bench, episode 13, on August 26th. Yep, that's the date. August 26th. I'll see you next week. Kay's not here to say it, so I'll say it. I yield my time. I yield their time. I yield their time. I don't know. See ya! I think. If I hit the button right. Maybe. I didn't. Why didn't it work?